I dreamed a weird idea for a book. I have two kittens. One of them's right here. And, so my dream was that we were in a city that was up in the trees, like higher than New York City. And basically, they got lost on these, like, platforms that connected all the trees. And I had to go get them. And some of the platforms were broken. And I ended up getting lost and I couldn't get back and I had to call for help. And then they charged a rescue fee because basically it was like, well, you're going to pay this like fee that's like 80% higher than your monthly average, or you're not going to be able to get rescued and you're going to have to make that long ass jump that you don't think you can physically make and you're probably going to die. So good luck with that. And that was basically how the rescue service worked there. And the reason it worked like that is because like there were so many people that the reason that everyone was up in the trees and at such a tall distance is because the oxygen wasn't really breathable, or like the air wasn't really breathable on Earth anymore. And so like we had all like retreated back into the trees and then like to get away from the whatever the fuck was in the atmosphere, which was like sinking down. Like we had to keep going higher and higher to get away from it. As time went on and people had to keep going further and further away from the earth, there then became the issue that like it was eventually like predicted that they were going to end up being like spacebound, or at least like they were going to run out of atmosphere. So they were sort of getting trapped against the ceiling of the atmosphere and they were being pressed like this, the smog or whatever the fuck was like chasing them up the atmosphere. They were running out of trees and they were starting to have to basically like live on these like scaffolding things like in between the trees, like build fake trees on top of trees to keep building the city higher to be able to have like stuff to breathe. And they could only do this in like heavily forested areas, and that was the only ecosystem available for humans to exist anymore. And I mean, obviously, like that's not how the atmosphere works, but like it was a dream. Which is yet another reason that they're like, hey, if you're dumb enough to die, fucking do it. We don't have space for you. So, then basically, like, I had to, like, sign this contract to get saved because my cats fucking got on this, like, long fucking construction worker ledge. I had to sign this contract to get saved. I got saved. And then, like, long story short, I'm mad at the cats now, but anyways. So, it ended up being, like, Cowboy Bebop style up in the trees. And that was my dream.